Hi, Trish.
Hopefully, this is going to stop being scheduled and become live. And there we go. Ping. It now tells me that we're live. So today I have been and yesterday I've been gluing a lot of stuff in, and that means that this is the Mad Scientist by Mad Frankie. This is Violet Igor over there, and together we do make the Mad Scientist, and we're pretty mad these days. Pretty mad.
Well,
Here we go.
I would be.
Hi, Trish. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Paula.
Hi, everyone.
Off you go. What were you saying?
What was I saying? Oh, the paper. This is what
The paper.
with the Ranger Distress spray stain on it, so it held up really well.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So it's nice paper. It's this is what it looks like. It's kind of yellowish. It's not white. It's kind of yellowish, beige, I guess. And it's 80 gram. But like I said, I used the spray stain on it. And I thought it held up very nice over and over. This is the crappy side. Art. Look at everybody. I can do art.
That's more me. That's not so much you.
Is that what you call mappy? This was more like a brayer off, wipe off. Hi, Ed.
Yeah. Well, I think they're some of the best bits.
So if you look, I sprayed both sides with different colors, and they didn't seep through. So I thought it was pretty good paper. 50 sheets. I just thought I'd get it and play with it. No big. Yeah. There we go. Back.
I got some Bao Hong. A couple of bits of Bao Hong. One in green, with a green cover, and the other one with sort of brown cover, I think. So I haven't played with them yet. Obviously, I've been too busy clearing up and thinking, oh, the beam's coming on Monday. No, it's not coming this Monday. I had an email to say the beam people have been delayed a week. So, oh well. So this is what I've been doing in the meantime. I've been cutting up bits of different papers because although I'd already done, let's look at this one. Although I had already done these papers with the black card, the dictionary papers, book pages, the coffee dyed paper, and the card that this is made from, the basic card, which is a card I use quite a bit, and I can't remember what it's called. Whoops, don't fall over. But it's Hobbycraft. I got it from Hobbycraft, and it's 300 GSM. Premium smooth card, so it's not a textured card, it's a smooth one. I like the smooth one quite a bit for these sort of things. So I sprayed on that one. That's what the folder is made of. And then I made this one, just like the one you've just seen me doing. Or was that the one I've just... No, I think that's the one I've just been doing. And this is the one I did before. Or is it that one? Either way, these are both the same in that they have got a thicker paper, much thicker paper, more like cardi paper or something like that. Maybe not quite that, but a watercolor hot press paper. Probably the Langford. I'm not entirely sure which one it was. And so I've cut, I was using these outside, not this year, but a few years ago. But it's the same idea, but it's just thicker paper. So when you tear it, you get a bigger area of tear. If you see what I mean. See, a bigger area of tear all down there. All down there. So that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the effect of these sprays on torn edges because I love using torn edges in a lot of the things I do. And I thought, I did hesitate about using torn edges there. And I thought, no, we'll do it the way she's doing it. Because that's a thinner paper anyway and wouldn't have given a great torn edge. So using this paper, we do get a good torn edge. And I thought, let's do an inner page. It was something that she mentioned being able to do. So I've used a much thinner card, more like 120 or something GSM, I think. And it's smooth. It's color copy paper. Let me just check up here. exactly what it is. It is basically what it is crammed into my colour copy. 160 GSM A4. That's colour copy spelled COLOR. So it's the American spelling of colour. But it's quite easily available in this country. We used to get it in Staples, which I believe used to be an American company. But the Staples in our town got closed down. I think there are others around still, and you can get it online from Staples, so that's possible. So I made a little inner envelope, little inner pages, to go inside the folder. And I made sure that it would fit inside plus a bit. Can you see how there's a rim of the other page there?
Yep.
And when you fold it, when you fold this, there is a little lip for that as well. Right? So you can still see the label, but you get a little lip down there, and it just fitted nicely. I don't know why I did it that way. I just did. So now I've got other areas here and here. And I'm also putting other things in here. That's why there's this. So that, for instance, there'll be a card that size, and there'll be a little swatch card that size. I did wonder about doing one. What?
Headphones.
Ooh, yes. Sorry. Charlie forgot.
I went completely mute so I wouldn't hurt anybody's ears, but
it was me all the time. Yeah, hang on. I'm just trying to find the other end. I'm just pulling everything off because it's all wound up underneath a load of lights. Headlights, that is. I know I'm not in a car.
heavy. We still have, I think there's still a Staples in my area somewhere within a 25 or 40 mile range, I'm sure.
I was pretty sure it was an American originated firm. Yeah.
Echo taken care of, Paula.
Yeah. Good.
There you go.
So I can put a clip in like that, or I can put this here clip on the back like that, around the back, so that then I've got the inner pages on the back, and there you go. Now I'm only using the clip temporarily to hold the inner pages in with it, so I don't lose what's what when I spray inside, because I've sprayed this one, which is the Seedless Preserves, so that's one of those already done. The Seedless Preserves is down here. You'll see why it's down there in a moment, hopefully. And I've got loads more pages, folders, and extras here, ready to go. Right? Loads more. I've got my done now. Well, sort of. I've got the shape of it now, the height. And I've put a separator in. And when I cut the box in half, that box in half, I got... Hello, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Where are you? Come back. Oh dear. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. It always is. The other half there, so you can see how it was made. So it's just got a little separator from another piece of card. And I just fit it in. Like that. And then I can shove it up to where that is. And it's a flat bottom then. And I can do the same with that one if I want to. But at the moment I haven't, so that I can then put a load more in there, all the new ones in there, for instance, you see. It's a little wider than it ought to be, but I'm just using a box I've got. I was hoping that eventually my husband's going to make me one just the right size, out of wood.
Hi, Yoda.
Yeah, we'll see. In the meantime, I've got to have somewhere to put them, so that's bundled sage, so we can carry on and do bundled sage. And what I'm doing is I'm spraying with the same same sprays I've already used, like that.
Can you adjust the camera so we see a little bit? Well, I didn't mean closer, but the bottom was off the screen. There you go.
Is that all right?
Yeah, you didn't have to come closer. Okay.
Well, I think I will. So there's Seedless Preserves I've already done. So that will go inside that one. That's a label for another one.
Right there.
And I printed all of those, by the way. because you know I followed Paula's instructions and I printed out mine like that. And you can see I've been using it a bit. So I printed another one out because I sometimes prefer this to my own writing on these. Like I've got Bundled Sage written on there. But then I quite like that one because I've got a nice patina from using the spray on the label as well. So I'd probably leave that one like that. I'm sorry that it's not consistent, but it's just me. But then I've got both sometimes I've got an oxide pad and a distress ink pad. So I'm going to need two to go in there. But most of my ink pads already have labels on them, like this. You see? That's how I've been doing it.
Good job.
So that one won't need another label. So now I've got, what is it? Spice marmalade. So now I've got one for the new, because I haven't made one of these for it yet. One for the new one of these, and one for the oxide pad if I ever get one. I haven't got an oxide pad for spice marmalade yet, but it's there if I need it. And I also printed out this lot. These were all the Distress Lumberjack, because I got a set of them. And I can see I've used all those now.
Hi, Tommy.
Here's the ones for the Distress Paint Cap and the Distress Embossing Glazes. They're the same size ones, right? And there's also Distress Paint Cap, but you can also use them on other things like the that's the Distress Paint. But there's also something down here, this, which I can just cut out a smaller label or use these smaller ones here, which are for the Distress Spray Stain, you see. I haven't put one on here yet. I want Aged Mahogany for that. There it is. Why is it brown? That's not brown. Why is that brown? Oh, yeah, it's not always perfect.
Yes.
But and you can't really read it very well. I might go over and do that colour again myself, or just you know, spray some on something, dab some on, and then write it on. But I still think you need white on there because it really doesn't show with black on Distress, on Aged Mahogany.
What would be perfect is if you could print that sheet out with no color on it, but all the labels and the circles, and then you come back and dauber the color in, so you know what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, the thing is, that will get rid of the color of the white words, won't it?
Well, you could also switch those to black words. That's your call. That you could.
Yeah, but when I tried labeling Aged Mahogany with black words, writing it on myself, you couldn't flip and see it. You just couldn't. That's why they put it in white. But it's still not perfect. But I've got the, as I was saying, I've got the Rustic Wilderness there. Still can't find it. It's in the house somewhere. And the Salvage Patina. I've got some of the Salvage Patina out, like one of the pads. I think it's the Distress Oxide. And then the Villainous Potion. Haven't labelled that lot yet. Lost Shadow, only got a couple of those. Uncharted Mariner, there's the labels for that. And I did another one of those because it's the embossing glaze and the paint cap, so you need a couple, I thought. So there we are. Sorry, we've still got a cough. But I'm going to show you what's under there in a minute.
Yeah,
probably just 6 above.
Oh, good color. Evie said she just got Bundled Sage, Speckled Egg, and Rusty Hinge. I'd like to see the Speckled Egg. I've seen the Sage and the Hinge. I love those colors.
Yes, I think Bundled Sage, one of my favorites.
Yep.
Just turning my volume up a bit. So this is the inner pages for Seedless Preserves, right? So let's see what I've got here. What I've got here is one of those. Now, I'm not convinced that this works. One of these stamping platforms. Look how wobbly that is.
Oh, I see what you've done.
So I've got that on there, right? So I want to do this sort of print. The other option is, let me grab the other one from behind me. Yep. Is that one. You can see that it's a little smaller though. And I want some of it to poke up. By that I mean to poke up above this circle. This is not stuck down, but it's ready to be. Right? But the first thing you do is you stamp that first. Right? So let's do that. Now we'll do it in, oh heck, where have I put my ink pad? I use the thingy black, stays on black. Now it's either just here or I put it away. It would be fatal if I'd put it away, wouldn't it? Probably behind me in the thing where I put it away. If not, I've got a spare one in there. Let me grab that. Everything up.
So what I was reading on about the distress spray oxides and the distress, well, the distress products, so the oxides and the spray stain, is they are not archival. So, I mean, they'll fade. They'll almost nearly disappear over time, depending on if they're exposed to light or the sunlight or anything like that. They're just, or whether they're not, they're still going to disappear over time. It's what my research told me. Unless you put like a sealant on it, like a clear embossing powder or some sort of sealer.
Yeah, or a distress glaze, distress mica glaze they call it, or just rubs a little bit of Vaseline on, which is what I think there's some other things in there as well, but it's part of what the distress mica glaze is made from.
Hi, Miriam. Now,
the colours here, you should find the right one, i.e. black.
And how much I like to play in Photoshop and play around in there, I'm thinking, well, I could just do the whole thing by creating the sprays and the colors that I want in Photoshop, and you can do sprays with a tool in there and make what I want and then print it out, and then no sealant is necessary and it lasts a long time.
Does it? I wasn't so sure about that. Obviously longer than distress oxide might, yeah. But you can also use spray to seal it, like the Balfix one.
I have a laser printer, and I printed stuff out like 2 years ago. I printed some vintage postcards that I had. I printed out copies of them, and they still held up. So I don't think it's as much fun nor messy, but I could do it.
Of course not.
Now, the one I saw, the stamp I saw that did that, it folded.
Folded?
The top, there was a bottom that you put your paper on, and the top, it was like a booklet. It opened, you put your stamp on.
Oh, you're talking about the Tonic Studios, Tim Holtz one. I would love one of those. So we'll put it back in place and we stamp. And we hope like heck it stamps properly. But if it doesn't quite, what we do is we get our stamp pad, because it's on one of these platforms, we can stamp it again, so they say. But here's where I'm not sure about this one, because this is a Memory Keeper's one.
Yeah.
And I'm not convinced that it's going to stamp exactly in the right place again. I'm probably going to get a shadow on here, so I'll have to do that card again.
So my
But
question is,
feels
why
like
do
a
you
pearl.
have to do it twice?
You'll see.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm doing it twice here because I wasn't happy with how dark that
Right. That part I
result was.
understand. But
Oh, that's better. Isn't that better?
did it line up okay for you?
It, it did. That's great. So we now do it. Now we get the circle. Now we turn it on the other side, and we get the glue. Now, this is the first time I've done this. I have watched Lisa's video about 12 times now, trying to be sure I get it right. Now, she said that she wanted to put the glue really near the edge because of it catching when you put it in this box with the next one you put in, and it could damage it. So that's why she did that. So I'm going as near to the edge as I dare, which isn't really all that near. Right. And here's where we have to trust to luck. Don't forget when you're printing on something, if you've got glue down there, it's not going to print on the gluey bit, as we found when using the distress. Distress leaves a little gap where the glue is. So let's put this on where we want it.
That was my concern. When you push it, is glue going to seep out and then not be able to? So we shall see.
But it's already done now, so this is the last thing we're doing on this side, barring a little bit of speckling. So we've done that. Now we get this again. We get the pad again, and we stamp it up again. Nice and juicy. Trying not to get ink anywhere else. It is easy when you've got a pad like this to get the ink on, then to do that and get it on the, angle it and get it on the, well, in this case, the plate, but in other ways on the, if you're using a piece of Perspex or something.
Yes. Yes, Louisa Heinzel. That's who she's speaking of.
Louisa Heinzel? Yep. She's brilliant, she is. Now, even if that isn't quite right, I can go back over it. But look, we've got no little shadow around the edges. Because if you stamp this on this with this already on and not having stamped it previously, you'll get a little gap down there. Yes. And it won't look right. That's why Louisa Heinzel showed this way of doing it. And it works, Lisa.
Okay.
It works. First time I've used this stamping platform, or any stamping platform, with any degree of accuracy. I'm really quite pleased with that. Really impressed.
So that's
it's
why
nice.
Double stamp is so you don't get that gap that we saw in that picture.
Yeah, the gap between the raised circle and the back paper. Yeah. So now, ta-da! I can take this off. Ta-da!
It worked.
Ta-da!
It's like a new toy that you've had all along.
Yeah, exactly. It flipping worked. I could do with some more magnets though. So I could always buy some magnets. So there we are. So now we can put, that is now done, apart from the speckles, but I'm going to let that dry first properly. And besides, I haven't made up any speckle mixture at the moment. I need some gesso watered down a bit, or white paint watered down a bit. I think I'll probably go for white paint myself. And black paint, ditto. So there we've got that one. And now we're going to have a look in here.
So would that one be a completely finished card?
No, it's got to have the speckles on it, which is something that Louisa does, and I quite often do as well. Not always. I sometimes use the colour itself as a speckle, but sometimes that just doesn't work because it's too close a colour. So the white and the black work better. So we've got our
Fix your camera.
almost finished piece. Oh, sorry. Almost finished piece. It's talking to the camera. The camera's not there. And now we've got the opportunity to put a little card like that there. And I don't seem to have any more of the other cards. I'll probably put them all in here, so I'll have to cut some more. But there we go. So that's almost finished. Don't forget, I've got this side and that side and this and the other card, which I think I can show you in another one. Here we are. So we've got this size card as well. So I can put one on one side and one on the other, or both on the same side, or one on there like that, and the other one on there like that. And this is for little bits like well, like the distress paint, if you want to put the paint there, or the distress oxide refiller, or the distress ink refiller, or if you happen to have it, the distress stain. But there aren't very many of these around anymore. I don't think they're selling them anymore.
Right.
It's a question of wherever you can, if you do. But I've had some for a while, so I will do those. Then what we do is we go over one of these, I think. I think it's one of those. Or is it that? Thing is, she put her oxide on the front, but she didn't put the
stain.
Distress ink pad on the back, but I did. So I haven't got a place on the back that she had. So that's why I've got the cards. So I'm going to put the card. It's going to have these little inky things, right? Only in the right colours if I get them, yeah? So the ones that I have got the colours of will go on there. And what she did was she put, I think she started with the oxide, put a round circle of it there, and then she added water over here so that she's got the intense spray there, the intense colour ink there, and then diluted with water. But the thing is, because it's so intense, let's do one now. That's a vintage photo one. I wonder if I've got a seedless preserves. I don't think I have, but I will have a look.
Take a deep breath while I ask a question.
Okay.
Uda wants to know, will you make some cards with your favorite mixes?
Oh, yes. Or if not cards, use them in journals, because that's what this is all about. It's partly so that I know what stock I've got, yeah? So I know what's available to me, so that I can look through here and go, well, I've got the oxide, I've got the ink pad, because, no, I did the oxide, and I've got the ink pad, and I can go, well, I've got these papers, that's looking really well on that paper or that paper. So there's that. And I can say, oh, look, it looks really great on the black or whatever I think it looks good on. And I like it with the diluted, with the water there.
Yeah, you have to fix your camera. Your bottom part is off camera.
So... what was I saying? Yeah, I think on one of these, I'm going to use this, not this particular color, but the correct one if I have it. So I'll use it on the ones I have got. That's the one I haven't even done yet.
Right.
Have I got any for any I've done? I've got bundled sage. I've got a bundled sage, is bundled sage. So I can do the, I can't do it now, but I can do the spraying ready. And then we can decide where we're going to put it. I think it would be best on one of these.
Yeah,
I think, or I could do it on back. Sorry?
Yeah, if you go down below, you're off camera.
I know, I'm sorry. It's because I'm sitting back from here because this camera is stopping my head from being there.
I know. And if you try to, to get your body angled so you could still see, you end up with a bad backache. So
hello.
There now that's good. That's excellent right there. We could see everything we need to see.
Yeah. So eventually I will be sewing these into position here so that I won't need a paper clip for that, and I can use a paper clip for this
Yeah.
and for the other little bit. You see, like that.
Here's the other thing I was noticing. Now, close that booklet with the file with the paper in there, because I know you said you cut that paper so it can't, it fits in there, and it sets back. It's not peeking out for the most part, right?
Yeah.
But when you put the
Yes,
other a little bit, when you put the other paper in there, the little cards and the when you put anything more in there, it does. If you go look
yeah.
at,
So better idea, put it on the back.
yeah, I think so.
And I think actually that I might actually do it on the back. I'm thinking this, you see, because one thing she did was she did a broad area for this, and she also did a stencil, stuff through a stencil. So I'd need to get the stencil set up. I think that'll have to be next time, because
Yeah.
I haven't got any stencils here. I've just moved everything and tidied everything, and ain't it here anymore.
Yeah.
So, but that's one I can do. Bundled sage, that's one I can do. So that's what I will be doing then. I will be doing on the back, I'll be doing a stencil here. So it'll have to be quite a small stencil or part of a stencil. She used text, big letters, small letters, and that kind of thing, a sort of Tim Holtzy random bits of lettering. And then she just did a blob down there. So yeah, that's a good idea, because then you can see what you can see through this, if anything. I must have a look at that one again, because I'm not sure whether she did anything else with that. I don't think she did. I think that was all she did. So that's the next step for the next one. So I can put that in there. This one has that already, but then I've still got space to do other things. So I could put a little, write a little something in there, like saying, this seedless preserves, I prefer to so-and-so to do this with, and I like it for that kind of note.
Yep.
So that's a possibility, or you can use it for another thing. But I do like that. I'm glad I chose that particular stamp. I am glad. That's good.
Yeah.
So we can do that now with a few others. Others that we have an inner done. No, it was another. Oh, we have a front done. That is frayed burlap. I can do a frayed burlap. I can do villainous pattern. And I don't think that's going to show up quite so well on there. So that might be a good one to do, to see. I don't have the peacock feathers oxide pad, so I'll have to wait for that. But I do have it for Uncharted Mariner and Rustic Wilderness, so I can do it on the front of that.
And if anyone was wondering what's going on here, if you've forgotten, I'm going to post the link to this is part 3, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
And the first one, part 3 of a series, the first one, I just posted the link for it. It's where she's making swatch folders and specimen slides. She hasn't worked on the slides yet. To basically inventory her distress inks.
That would be a good idea.
Not anything else at the moment, just the distress inks range sets, like the ink stamp and the spray stain and the spray oxide. Oh, nice.
I did test out the distress oxide re-inker on that, but not in the same way that she did, and I've forgotten what I did with that. So I'll probably just cut another one and do it the same way she did it.
Yep. And it was all.
It's a good idea. What you've done back.
It was all inspired by Louise Heinzel's project, and I would suggest if you're going to do something like this, which is something I want to do, then do it in the colors you have, do it in your own inventory, and showcase it in a way that you normally would work. In other words, Fran went back and put in torn papers for her swatches.
Like here.
Yeah, because she likes to use torn papers more than
And it's a good way to find out what happens with the torn edges on the different sprays, you see.
right? So I would say
Yep.
personalize it your way. But
Yep.
I think it's
The
a
other
good
reason
story.
she did this is so that it was a way to see at a glance what she had or had not got. Right? So she used a particular type of tab, which I haven't got at the moment, paper holder clip. And so that when they were all sitting upright like that, you could look down on them, like this, you could look down, and you could go, well, that one hasn't got anything, that one has, that means I have got I can't remember why she put that in there now, but it was for a particular reason, so to show that she did have whatever it was that was being, probably in my case, it would be the oxide reinker, because that's what the thing is holding. So if I go look like this, I go, oh, look, I've got the oxide reinker for that one. And I've got it for that one. I haven't got it for that one. I have got it for that one. I haven't got it for that one because it's no clip, you see? So it's an easy way of going, oh, I haven't got the one for that one. So you can sort of look through and go, because these are not the actual ones. So you can look through and go, oh, I've got such and such a name, and I have got the oxide reinker for it. Or you can look at another one and go, oh, there's so-and-so, blank page, and blank page doesn't have an oxide reinker. Haven't got anything at all. But you see what I mean?
Yeah. Hi, Angel.
See, there's the other one that did the distress paint. Again, this is Villainous thingy, isn't it?
Villainous potion.
That one, yeah.
Look at me.
So I can take that one out.
I remember the name.
Blank one out, and put that one in. In fact, I can put it on the other side. Like that. So now I've got the distress paint and the distress reinker there.
You're off camera. There you go. Thank you.
So it tells me.
Yep.
Right. So it's partly a way of telling what you've got on your shelves. When you've got quite a few, you often can't see them all, and especially if you haven't got the labels on the top, you don't know what you've got when you look at that. And quite often, even if you look at it like that, there's 14 other things in front of it, so you can't read what is there. So yeah, it's another way of knowing what you've got at a glance in that color.
About those colors is the colors themselves. If you just look at what's in the bottle, some of them are very close to each other.
Yeah,
you have to actually,
like you look at all the brownie ones. I mean, look, they look like brown to me, but you could look at it this way and see what reaction you have. I haven't actually done these ones yet, so we could do those. I have got new things for them, so I can do those, and we can then see next to each other. It's like looking at tea dye and brushed corduroy, which you would think would be a similar sort of color.
Or a rusty hinge.
Yeah, and rusty hinge, exactly. And is that brushed corduroy? It is. Oh, you look at the greens. You've got bundled sage, and you've got twisted citron, and you've got
you've got the other one right there.
Wilderness. So you can see the different sort of greens and see which one would suit your current project. So you can pick up your project, pick up your project and take this and go, oh, I think that'll look great with it. Or I think that would look better with it. Or looking at this to see what it looks like on the coloured paper, on the different papers. So it's already in there. But yeah, that's another way of looking at them, you see.
Hi, Barbara. Long time no see. Julie, I think I said hi, but I'm going to say hi again. And my goodness, woman, you're up early.
Oh, very early. Yeah. So let's find one of those thingies I've done. There's one I've done. I can take this one out. Dusty Concord. I think I can take that out, but let me check what we've got on Dusty Concord.
Evie says that oxide effect is amazing. I agree. I don't have any of the oxides. Fran, just watching Fran do it, It's like because now you have the cards, you could see them side by side between the spray stain and the oxides. The oxides having the more chalk look. And
so in order to do this, I will move this out of the way and my ruler and shuffle these about a bit because I want to get
your box.
My box.
Oh, Paula ordered Lost Shadow.
Oh, now Lost Shadow is one I've only got 2 of because I was not certain about it at all. So I've only got I think I've got the oxide pad and the oxide spray, or it might be the other way around. It might be I think it's the oxide spray,
really
but I think it's the. Oh, I haven't got it here. It's behind somewhere. I think it's either the ordinary ink. I can't remember. I've got 1 pad and 1 spray, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what we say, Evie. If there's no pictures, it didn't happen.
Right. So this is going to happen. Dusty Concord.
You're on the spray stain side. I thought the tab side was the oxide side.
No.
No.
If you look, that's oxide.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the spray stain because that's the oxide. So oxide is all on that one.
Yep. One's
the pad and one's the spray. That's the way I've done it. It's not the way Louisa did it, I don't think. But that's the way I've done it. So I'm keeping to that. Okay. Dusty Concord. Right. Here we go. So before we do anything else, we have to dry that. It dries really quickly on the rice paper, you notice? I like to lift a little bit because I do that anyway.
Yep.
All right. So now we'll put it back down again. And that the other way around. Pop that back on its little hook and grab the oxide spray. And then we sit here and shake it madly with the only good arm I have left. The other one doesn't like doing this at all. And then, before I do anything else, I'm going to wipe this top bit because it doesn't go all gooey.
Wipe the nose.
I think the whole top needs wiping, not just the nose. It's a very dribbly thing. So, in the center. There we go.
Absolute obvious difference in color.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? Obviously, if you're doing this on your own, you can spray lots of them at once. You could go over it and cover lots of them and just go over, you know, like have a big piece of paper going down like that and have loads of them in a line and just spray all of them at once with the different color sprays and then heat them all at once so that you're not spending a lot of time on the heating or a lot of time on the spraying. Louisa Heinzel did say that the thing that took the longest was the drying. And she was very tired when it finished. So I think it's something to do at your own pace, to do it a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, do another one the day after, you know, that kind of thing. You don't have to do 14 at once.
Yeah, no assembly line spraying.
No, it's not necessary. So that's pretty nice, I think. And it shows that they've got a darker colour on the torn piece. Isn't that lovely? Same with this here, look. Where the coffee dye is, it's lighter. And where the torn edge is, it's darker. Isn't that interesting? And you've got it lighter on this side with the distress ink, and more coverage on this side with the oxide, because it's a chalkier thing and it doesn't all show up there. Isn't that lovely? I really like that. I think that's lovely. I'm just going to heat that a bit more because it seems to be a bit damp to my fingers as far as I can tell. You see what I mean about this is Dusty Concord, but you can see what I mean about the glue that dribbled down.
Yep.
Yeah, they're the patches that didn't quite cover. But that's another reason why I like grunge. I don't have to worry about things like that, because it does what it does. If it wants to do that, fine, let it. Look at that, went through. Another thing you can do if that sort of thing happens, you could paint that with gesso this side if you wanted to do something else on that side. Or you could put another thin bit of paper. If you're going to write on it, just put a thin bit of paper over and it'll be fine. So there's one, which we can now add to this. And hey presto, we've got an inner page. Page done. It is poking out a little bit there. I might trim that a bit more. But I think it's just a question of where the clip is. There you go. Super. Now we can use this and do another go with the Ujima Flit. Shall we? Let that dry there. Where's the Ujima Flit? What did I do with it? I put it down somewhere. Hello, Ujima Flit, where are you? Oh, there you are. Hello down now. Hello, come back to mummy. So it doesn't matter if it's not quite the same position as before, but this is exactly the same position because I haven't taken it off. And all I need to do is line this up with that down because I'm doing it on the front piece that shows on the front. I'm doing what Louisa told me about, that she got from one of her teachers at school. Slide it across like that, you see?
There you go. Those are nice magnets too.
Yeah. I don't have enough. I'd rather have 4 and make it completely flat.
Yeah. So the lumberjack red, I thought it was lumberjack plaid.
Plaid.
That's what I thought. But Evie says lumberjack red. But anyway, she was asking
it.
Huh?
It is a red, quite a good red, lumberjack plaid.
Yeah. She says they're saying, Paula and Barbara are saying that it's more like a Christmas red.
Yes.
Bright red and very juicy. Oh, you okay? Okay, Paula's going to post an example. Yeah, it's Christmas plaid or lumberjack plaid. That's what I thought. See? I told you.
See, it's right here. Look. It's right here.
I've looked at these so many times, I remember the names. Exactly. And I kept looking at that going, I don't want that. That looks too pinky. But there's...
It isn't. I mean, you look at the label. The label is pinky, but I don't think the rest of it is. We'll have a go in a minute.
Eddie says it's a manly red.
That's why it's called lumberjack, I guess. Actually, that could be a really big mistake, that name, because it put me off for ages.
Well, I'm going to say I live in a state where there's lumberjacks. I mean, we even have the festivals, the lumberjack festivals and that up north. And at the moment, I happen to be wearing a red. I pull out my flannels this time of year. I've got red, blue, white, and a couple of red, blue, white plaid flannel shirts that come out.
I have made a boo-boo.
Kathy, do you have the Memory Keepers one? This is the first time Fran's used it. And by the way, hi Kathy. This is the first time
No,
she.
it's not the first time. It's the first time I've used it, and it's worked. I have tried using it before, and it didn't work very well. It could just be that I didn't know what I was doing. Very likely. But I don't trust it because of the way it just moves around.
But it's
So,
working.
yeah, it certainly does look like it. So now we've got what is this?
Yes,
It's
I
Dusty
love
Concord. Dusty Concord.
most of my shirts came from Menards.
See this preserves. Where's Dusty Concord gone?
You just had it. You were just. Oh, you're
No,
looking.
that was
Never mind.
preserved.
Never mind. You're looking for the stamp pad. Never mind.
No, I'm looking for Dusty Concord stamp pad, different colour.
Yeah, I know. Give it
Very
another.
close.
Give
What
it
I wanted
another
it.
few tries, Kathy. Sometimes it takes, like everything else. Do it a few times until you get the hang of it and find the ease of it. We're gonna do this one, and then we're gonna do lumberjack plaid, a manly red. Is it Eddie? And you guys have the possible Ophelia. Are you gonna get hit by her, Orphelia, whatever her name is, whatever they decide on this tropical storm?
Ooh, sounds dodgy.
Yeah, the other one I know went farther north and kind of petered out, so I don't think MA got much. Yeah, it's gonna
I
rain.
seem to. I must have it. I've used it. Look, I've got to have it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I must have.
It's over there.
Yes,
You
I
know,
know
when
it
this
is.
happens, it's usually right under something. Need a bigger box.
I don't get that one. A stormy sky. I'm singing the flipping lumberjack song now.
Hey, I'll tell you what, we've been singing it for 2 days now. It's driving me nuts. And I keep saying margarita, 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 margarita. Yeah, but that's not the song. You know what the song is.
No. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I work all night and I work all day. It has more to it.
Eddie, that's funny.
I cannot find it. It has to be in the other room. Would you like to show something or other or talk to people for a second while I run next door and see if I can find it?
Okay, hold the phone.
I'm holding. I'll take a sip of tea while you're running somewhere.
I can show off some of these postcards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me come on camera and you take a break. These are all I have. Dusty Concord. I have some Dusty Concord. Old paper. Crushed olive.
Quick check in there before I go running off.
Evergreen bow. Sponge sugar. And pumice stone. And this is what I've done with the color. Now this is glossy photo paper postcards. So this is the glossy side. This is the icky side. This is the flat side. I use the glossy side. I believe this one is evergreen bow, sponge sugar, and there might be some old paper in this one. Isn't that nice? I like that. This one, I believe, is sponge sugar and pumice stone with something else. Got me. just the different, and this is all on the glossy side. Everything I saw using these spray stains showed using on the back side. That's matte. That's, like paper. I wanted to use the glossy side. So this is the stuff I got. Some of it is wipe off, some of it is accidental, some of it is like this one. There was a little bit of anger in this one, not too much, just a little bit of anger because I couldn't get it to do what I wanted. This one is more of a spray, and then I didn't like the way it looked, so I just kept daubering it everywhere. This one is an experiment with sprays, with the sprays down here. I forget which ones. And then what I thought were water-soluble markers. So I thought I'd see how they worked on the glossy paper. Not so much. More spray. Angry. We were playing in the dirt. We got angry. I like this one. I like that one. Like that. And what I will do with these, they're not complete. I will come and doodle or do something. Camera. Be nice, camera. Sorry, my camera went wonky. My camera's gone wonky.
Oh, is it? Oh dear.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that.
Oh.
I'm out of here.
It'll settle in a bit.
I know.
It'll settle.
Yes, Julie, it's photo paper. It's the glossy photo paper, like the size of postcards, that I've had a couple packs for ages and ages, and I wanted to do something with them. So it's the glossy photo paper with the distress spray stain. I don't have any oxide. And it actually did well. I sprayed the photo paper heavily with water. So I put it down in a cookie sheet, and I sprayed the photo paper heavily with water, and then I put the spray stain on it, and I either left it like that or came back with more spray water to move it more. It was fun. Messy. Okay, back to you. Did you find your Dusty Concord? You did. Good.
Does that answer your question? Yeah.
All right.
And I brought more in as well. I'm using the oxide pad on this. I didn't find anywhere that Louisa said which she used, so I'm just using what I picked one basically. That one, And I'm drying it because then it won't smudge when I put my sticky finger on it.
I will say one thing about the sprays that I used. Stamping is a good idea, Evie. I was going to doodle. Of all those colors you saw, I had 6 colors. The spun sugar is one of them, and it's a reddish, pinkish type. And I wasn't happy with it at all because I thought, no matter how close I sprayed or how much I sprayed, I've already gone through half a bottle. It isn't very pigmented. So
which one's that?
The spun sugar. It's quite.
Oh yeah, it is a very pale one. So is the Victorian Velvet.
Oh really? That one I was curious about.
Well, I saw what Louisa Heinzel did with Victorian Velvet, so I thought I'd have a go. Because it looked quite interesting.
I wouldn't brag about it. Maybe someone wants that color in that lightness. I lost it when I put it in with other colors. The spun sugar basically disappeared.
Yeah.
On the sheet because it just got pushed to the background because it was so light. So I had to go over it again. And like I said, I've already gone through half a bottle. So it's not one that I would be purchasing again. I'd rather get that lumberjack plaid.
Yeah. Right, I'm stamping it again. Trying not to get it on the
Oh, that's
platform
interesting.
itself.
That's a good idea.
Hmm?
And Julie says she loves blending quite heavily the oxide ink on the glossy photo paper. Try the sunset colors, let it dry, and then buff it. That's good. Thank you. And then Evie says she likes to stamp on the glossy photo paper. And ephemera is what I was using it for. I was actually thinking of coming back with some die cuts of leaves and whatnot for the colors that I used. Autumn is my favorite time of year.
I'm quite pleased with that. I'm really quite pleased with that. Not bad at all.
Not bad.
So that's another one done.
So that was Dusty Concord. The one up above is Villainous Potion.
No, the one up above is Seedless Preserves.
Oh, Seedless Preserves. Okay.
Yeah.
See the
So
close.
this is actually bluer than the Seedless Preserves.
Mm-hmm.
Villainous Potion is much darker. Where you gone? When you gone, Villainous? Thought I got it out. Maybe I did. Here we are. Villainous Potion is even darker. You see, there's some lighter bluiness in there.
Okay,
but
show
this is
me
much
the Villainous
darker.
Potion. Oh, that is the oxide. Never mind.
Yep, that is the oxide down there.
Never mind.
I even wrote on this one, oxide pad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's nice to have these different ones. I'm going to do Wilted Violet as well in a while. But as you instructed, I will now do the lumberjack plaid. I haven't done it at all.
Yes, please.
Not any of it. So let's do lumberjack plaid. So for that, where's the other box? Here we go. For that, I need a brand new set. So I've got this already, but I haven't put any of the other what's-its on. So we could do that. I don't know if I've got enough. I might have to get some more. Because I use the lighter ones on there. That. And that. And a black one. Have we got a black one in here? I think I might have one black one left. Just have to cut some more. It's just my Astro Brights card. And what else did I put in there? Let me look in Dusty. Will it tell me? All the dictionary pages. Yes. Have I got any in here? I might have. So I put lots of it in there. Anything I found loose. But I don't know. I use quite a lot of those. So I might have to cut a new one. I think I'll have to leave that until I can cut a new one. But I'll do the bits on the outside anyway. I'll glue these in while I'm here. Then I'll know where to put the other bits.
Okay. Julie, mine were... I picked mine up at a thrift shop. I got 2 packages. There's probably like 40 or 50 glossy photo postcards. They're the size of postcards, and so they're generic. Didn't have a brand. They were just in a plastic bag. And yeah, the back side is matte. So if I don't like what I did on the front, there's always the back. Ephemera. You're mostly off camera again.
Am I? Oh, I'm awfully sorry. Look. Here I am. I'm doing this.
Yep. So just scrap the paper that you might use throughout your project and glue it in, and then you could spray it.
Yeah. So that's plain, and that's plain, and that's plain. So It's only the 2 dictionary pages I need a little bit of. I might have tidied it up, you see, because I've been doing so much tidying. I'm just lifting huge piles of jelly plate prints and coffee stained paper and not yet used paper. I'm putting it all away. And of course, this is not great when you're trying to find it again. I desperately wanted to put some more in. Oh well. We'll just do these ones. And then we'll go on with the whatchamacallit? The gel plate. Is that the gel plate there? No, it isn't. All right, now I've lost a gel plate. You've only got to put things down for a second in a different direction and you can't find them. So I got some new bottles of Fabri-Tac in the little sizes. Is everybody still there?
I'm still here.
Julie, you're just surrounded with the stuff from last weekend. I've been surrounded with the stuff from the past few months. So there's quite a lot. Oh, I bought a new storagey thing for the, oh gosh. Oh, it's gone on the floor. It'll now be covered in hairs.
Yep.
Glue side down, of course. Oh, it's not so many. I did Hoover recently, so maybe that was a good thing. Oh, there's one, look. How did that turn up? I got one. If I had one more, I could do one side anyway, can't I? If I put this, deliberately put this here, then I can at least do the oxide one. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I can always do the other one when I get another piece of this. I've got loads of this dictionary, but I haven't got lots of it already coffee dyed. I had one sheet. So I cut 3 pieces off and I cut 2 of them down to the sizes, these sizes, and the third bit is hanging about somewhere. That's lovely. Lovely.
Good job.
Yeah. So I got that done. Right, but in any case, we are going to do the other thing. We are going to do the splattery bits. I like this. I do like it quite a lot.
Well, the thing to do, Julie,
But Louisa, sorry.
Julie wants some little bottles that have the flip lid like the small paint bottles, so she can make her own dragonfly glaze or try making it. So I would say get over their cheese gel plate and start doing some prints and of the little bottles and run out of paint, clean the bottles and use them. There you go. Instant.
Uh-huh. So that's oxide. So we'll do the oxide. Oxide. That's that one. Let me get this up a bit because I can't see underneath
There you go. Thank you. Oh, that's quite. This is the lumberjack.
Yep.
Are you seeing this, Evie? Do you see this red? That's nice. That's very nice. I like that. That goes with my shirt. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, she's actually wearing lumberjack plaid.
Yeah, hold that red up again. Well, do your stamping.
Hang on.
Okay. Close it up.
Labele.
Isn't that? Hold it up over here. Look at that. Pretty darn close. And that's the oxide,
Yeah.
right?
And that's the inside. So that's pinker than the actual ink will be. And what I want to do with this, dry this side. Oh, I don't want that. That's isopropyl alcohol. What was I doing? Did I spray that with Oh, I sprayed it with isopropyl alcohol.
No, you didn't. Or did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Well, this is what happens when you spray it with isopropyl alcohol, guys and gals. Oh, dear.
And you were.
But don't forget, it's reactive with water, the ink is. So grab a tissue if you can find one before everything dries up.
Would the alcohol set it so it won't move again?
No.
Okay.
See?
Got that right, Evie. I love that color.
It might dry too fast though because it was alcohol. I thought it was drying for a bit fast. So I think what I'll do, the alcohol would have dissipated by now. I'm going to go over and clean this. But I'm going to be using the same thing anyway. Going to have another little bit, just a little bit.
Wow. So it would be cool if you had a stencil that, or 3 stencils that gave you the 3, 1, 2, 3, the 3 different squares. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
you can put one layer down to do the red, and then the next layer down to do the weave, and then the next layer down to do the black.
Uh-huh.
You'd have to have 3 stencil that overlaid so you could. That would be cool. That's the red to use. Now, whether it's the oxide or the stain would be personal choice, but I do like that red.
Right, let's see what happens over here.
Ooh.
That looks like blood. Fresh blood.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
But to me, it looks more like, yeah, who said it? Barbara? Christmas red? Yeah.
Christmas blood.
Christmas red.
Well, there was blood shed at Christmas, so and there often is even these days.
Christmas red is a bit just I think a tad bit darker than human blood.
Yeah, well, don't forget that human blood comes out scarlet and dries brown. So there's no brown shades in this, so I don't think it could be classed as blood.
There you go.
Pity, because it would suit me down to the ground.
I'm liking that color. I'll put my arm back up. I want to see it with my arm back up. Yep, that's it. I like that red. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. Certainly is a good match. Do I have to make a note that I started off with alcohol on this one?
Yeah, it's
It
Christmas
still looks
red.
the way it would anyway.
We may remember it's got alcohol.
That's why it's Christmas red, because it's already started. All the rest of us have even got the bottle open.
It's already started partying.
Yeah.
And that's nice. That's the ink pad coming off the gel plate.
Uh-huh.
And you only did 2 swipes with the ink pad, so that's pretty darn good.
There must be one more little bit. One more little bit, please. Just a little bit. Tiny bit. Just one. Just a bit. Please.
So everybody rush and put lumberjack plaid in your shopping cart and get it, and then there'll be a mad rush, and I won't find any when my turn comes.
Oh, that's great, isn't it? Urge people to do you out of it. Yeah. Oh, here we are. Look, here we are. There's some. Well, hey, I knew there was a piece somewhere. So we want a bit for there. Skydorines. I'll put that down there. Then I can do the sprays as well. Good, because I've got a red smear on there already.
Mm-hmm.
This being a new one and small one, maybe. It's a new one anyway. It's running really well. Doing just what I want it to do when I want it to do it.
Julie says
So
you have the lumberjack plaid, Julie. Is that what you're saying? Look at that. Reactivated it.
Very palely.
Yeah.
Just enough to clean up.
Yep. Julie wants to know, are you hoping to do this with the glaze as well?
The embossing glaze, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere I've got the embossing glaze for that, I think. If I haven't, I'm going to have to get it. Thought I had it. I must have had it. I remember sticking the label on, so it must be around somewhere. Yes, I remember sticking the label on the other night. So if somewhere there's a pot with a label on the top, that's the one.
So what'll happen is you'll do a little swatch card that'll get paper clipped in, you think?
Here we are, lumberjack plaid. Let's I think I'd do it on the back myself. Over this.
Yeah.
See how it showed up.
Half and half. Good idea.
But I've got a feeling she did it over one of these, possibly that one, because I've got a feeling there was some black involved. Or she might have done a card. I'm going to have to check back.
Well, you can do it anywhere you want, depending on how you think you would use it.
Yeah, certainly. But I seem to remember that she said there wasn't any point doing it on a black card because it wouldn't show up. But yes, it did show up. So she had pieces like that on a piece. So I've got to look back and see what she did. because she had the black card, and I'm sure she had something else as well. Oh no, wait a minute. I think she painted on black gesso and white gesso on the bottom half of a card. So I think that's what she did when she used this.
Now,
That's
is
what
that
I
a
think.
technique? Is that a technique style that you would use?
Well, I have gone over black gesso, white gesso, things like that. I can't remember now whether she said gesso or whether she said paint, but it's a similar sort of effect, except that gesso is slightly chalkier and has more grain and grip.
Yeah.
But some of the things that she did, one of them was a red one. I think it was lumberjack plaid, but it might not have been. It might have been candied apple or something else like that. But she thought it wasn't going to show up on the black, and it did. It enriched it. It was very deep. It really looked great. So that would be something I'd like to do, just a bit, have a reference for me to go, oh, it does that on black. Oh, I might have a go with that then, you know. Now, what have I done with the lumberjack? There it is, round the back. Lumberjack, round the back. Spray stain and oxide spray. Good herb. So, box. Bring back the box. Pay the money. Bring back the box. Just put those on there so that I can get these in. Yeah. Where's my bits of paper? I had bits of paper in here. Protectee and get. Am I back? I disappeared, didn't I?
No. Sorry, I looked
Oh.
away. You're here.
I'm back. Good. So, get it right way round. That's the oxide. So what I like to do is bend it back a bit so it doesn't spring up so much when I put the bit of paper there. And then I got the oxide on this side. Whoops. Do not hit the camera when shaking the bottle. Does look quite a bit like blood with a bit of plasma added. Oh, darn it. Just drop wild honey. And give that a nice drying time. There's a good bit of it there. Let it move around a bit.
It does, Barbara. It's a way to inventory, and hence the reason she's just doing the distress project, distress instant sprays. She has another project started with paints. That was started quite some time ago.
That was golden, and I'm still doing it.
Yeah, it's ongoing, but this is a good way to inventory.
And I find it difficult to know what I've got of the distress line because there's so much of it. I had almost all the sprays in one large box, and it still was not enough. Especially when I went and bought a load of oxides on a deal. And I went, ooh, and then where am I going to put them? Where am I going to put them? Oh gosh, can I get them all in here? No. Let's see if I can mop that up a bit.
And that's the oxide spray you said?
That's the oxide, yeah.
Yeah, not
doesn't show up so well on the black.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is there a bit, but it's not so much. It might matter what sort of paper you use. I mean, I'm using Astro Brights there, but Louisa Heinzel used black scrapbooking card,
Well, to
which
me,
had a
the
design
Astrobrite
on.
is just a name brand for cardstock, for black
Yeah,
cardstock.
black cardstock, exactly. That's
Yeah.
just what it is. Yeah. So,
All right.
ordinary one.
So this is the spray stain side.
Yep.
All right. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Now it looks bloody.
Yeah, it was a bit. Just a bit. Now, where's the water? Where's the water? Come back, water. You've been forgiven. Ooh, doesn't that look lush? Doesn't that look lush? It's meant to be a comparison between with water and without water there. Isn't that dark there on the coffee dyed paper? The book page one is very thin, I think. That might be why. Louisa Heinzel did mention that when she got blooms of the coffee dye, when it made like it was had been a puddle, she got a different reaction there from some of her sprays. And I can't remember which one she's talking about. Might have been bundled sage, might have been brushed corduroy.
Yeah.
Every time I get a bit close to the packaging tape at the side there, it shrivels it up, this heat gun. I've got to be careful. Just going to give it.
I have Dracula in mind.
Yeah.
Such a red.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it is what you think from the label.
Could you hold that up to my shirt, the stain one? Oh, I like that. I really
Isn't that good?
like that one. That one's on my list. Show the oxide. Bring the oxide over here. Yeah,
That's
see,
more
that
pink
kind of,
now.
yep. So I like
Definitely.
the spray stain, but I like the ink pad oxide. I like that, but I like the ink pad oxide too. See, I like that.
Yeah.
Not so much
Lovely.
red oxide.
Right, so that, I think this came out of here. Have we got a spare one I've done? Dusty Concord. Seedless Preserves. Dusty Concord. I mustn't forget that that's Dusty Concord. It goes in there. I dropped a clip for that one. Yeah. So this one wants an inner like that. Like that. So I can do the same with this one. Do that back. And do it again with different papers. So oxide here to match with the side that is the oxide there. Oxide, oxide, oxide.
Hi, Ricky. That coffee dyed paper?
Yep, on the corner there. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That one.
I have a lot of that. I want to see. I thought I sent Rick or Eddie some coffee dyed. Did I send you coffee dyed paper, Eddie? I thought I did. Maybe it was Trish I sent it to. I don't remember. Signatures. I sent signatures because I had extra.
Oh,
That's not bad on the coffee paper. It didn't lose
yeah.
much.
It didn't go too dark there either. It's
Yeah,
clearer, but not particularly dark on the torn edge.
did good.
Intriguing. But you've got a nice texture and density on the rice paper. This is rice paper. That's
Oh,
my thick tracing paper, and this is glassine thick tracing paper, and these two are the rice papers. So
yeah.
let's have a go.
I made some coffee dyed papers from my journal, and well, I always have some made. So coffee dyed or tea dyed. I think what I sent was coffee
Yeah,
dyed, but I don't remember Evie if they went to Trish or Eddie. I can't remember whose box I put it in. But I did make them. Yes, they were signatures.
I've got to put this hairdryer down for a minute. So I've got to
Okay.
hold that down. It's bulging up a bit.
Wow.
Is that enough? It is now.
I like that red. Bottom up.
I wanted to get a drip.
Mm-hmm.
So nice.
Did you, Evie? Cool. Oh, good. They went to you, Trish. Well, I couldn't remember. I was working up two boxes, yours and Eddie's at the same time. Well, more than that. And I know I had fabric for both of you. And
It's
if I'm,
blowing hot, you know.
yeah, you would think, right?
Hot.
The coffee I used, Trish, was whatever's left over in the pot that he doesn't drink, I save. It's not instant coffee, it's whatever's left in the pot. And then I just save it up till I have quite a bit. No, Evie, you didn't go crazy. No way.
There
The
we go. So we know.
I like the spray stain the best, but I like the Distress Oxide ink pad.
Oxide.
So who wanted to see the color? Was it Julie wanted to see the lumberjack plaid? So bring it back up camera. You're off camera. And there you go. Those are the sprays, oxide and
On
stain.
the torn paper. There's the sprays on the not torn paper. On the square papers, coffee dyed, and with water. And there's from the gel plate, the ordinary one, the distress ink,
It
and
was
there's
that.
the distress
Okay.
oxide. And I have not labelled it. I don't even
Yeah.
going to forget though, do you? Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I can do a round one now on that.
Yeah.
If I want, I can do a round one. I won't. I think that'll be the last one for today.
Okay.
So I'll get a roundy. There's a roundy.
Paula's back. Paula's back. She's had her pizza.
Ooh, lovely. What did I do with the stamp pads? I bet they're behind here. I won't need that anyway. There they are. They're behind there.
Don't you just love that scrap paper down on her desk? There's some goodness there.
There's some goodness underneath as well. Now then. I want the clean one. There we go.
Oh, see, me being me, I would have stuck that down on the pad and just patted it all over till it got color.
Well, the idea is to use a different method.
Yeah.
You see. So blending it in to make a smooth, complete.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to do it your way, you go ahead.
Yeah, I like to get my fingers dirty.
Helping you.
No, Paula, don't. Paula says spray it with alcohol. Nuh-uh.
No, we've tried that.
Yeah, no.
Got to remember to push this one down. This one has a broken lid. There.
This is the
Something
lumberjack
cracked.
plaid.
Yeah,
But
it's cracked.
you broke it.
Well, it came like that.
Oh.
Maybe I'll tell Art from the Heart. Maybe they'll send me a new one. Because it ain't going to last long like that, is it?
It's lumberjack plaid. It's a beautiful, who was it? Barbara said it's like a Christmas red. I really like it. Like to see the glaze on this one.
Yeah. So would I. So that'll be next week.
Fingers
I'll
crossed.
have to clear it off to get at all that stuff.
We already have the YouTube set up for Monday, so everybody can go get a notification from it. Wednesday is iffy again. I do have a setup for it, so I will put that out there.
We had it set up for last Wednesday, and last Wednesday it all went pie-shaped.
Yeah, well, it happens. It happens. That's called life. Whatever. No big deal. So I will put it out again for this coming Wednesday. This weekend I'll get that done. And then everybody can get a notification on it. Thank you, Paula. Yes, thumbsy upsies. And then Friday too, Fran. We're trying. We try so hard to get ahead. You know, we run out of.
It all goes haywire.
It's also it's like, what are we gonna do? But I'm loving this series. I certainly am loving this series because I'm seeing all the different sprays and colors and possibilities. And the nice thing is that Paula, the nice thing is that because it's recorded, we can go back and look at it again if we're unsure about a color or application. Yes, Dexter Red. It's a Dexter Red. My husband would know the reference for that.
I'm not liking that. I've tried putting that there and it's not making a lot of difference. This is the only other batteries I've got, but it's not helping. I'll need to get some more magnets, not batteries, magnets. So I'll need to get some more because I'm not happy with the way that's moving.
Julie, there's the link to the first one. Part 1. Today is part 3.
Now.
Well.
Whoops. Oh, that was clever. Well done, you daft beggar. God. Talk about zombie land.
that you started off with.
I just put this here. Yeah, I shall need some for that and clear it up afterwards.
Yeah, Uda says you could use like a masking tape or frog tape or something like that to hold that down. But I think it'll be fine. I mean, it worked on the last one. It'll work.
Yeah,
There
it
you
needs
go.
to go.
Oh, your magnet is so close.
I know. Should be in there like that. I think it moved when I pulled it up. That's what I'm worrying about.
A face with a long nose? You've lost me.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Very good. So it does work. It was just the nut behind the wheel. Operator error, eh?
Yep, absolutely.
So who was it? Kathy. I think Kathy said she had one. So just keep practicing or try it again. Bye, Miriam. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Miriam. Glad you were here.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me everybody who was here. I only saw the first people coming in.
I know. It's all right.
Evie, Miriam, Trish, Utah. Hello, everybody.
I'm looking forward to Miriam's upcoming stream with Maxie. I went out on the beach with her the other day. I enjoyed that.
Right.
Okay, Dana. We'll see you later. See you on the stream.
Anyway now. I'm just going to do this and then we're done.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Just going to print this on here. Like that.
I don't have an affirmation today other than just be nice. Just be nice.
There we are. Like that. Doesn't that work out nice? Lovely. No gaps. Super. I think that's really good.
I do too. It worked. Yay!
I'm going to pop that round the back again. And this one's all ready for the next stage. The next stage is, oh, look at that. It wasn't quite dry. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
So we will see everyone Monday. Like I said, the stream is all set up that you can click on it to get a notification, and we will see you Monday. Yep. Fran's going to have her beam worked on Monday, unless they change it again.
No, it's following Monday.
Oh, the following Monday. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. I'm a week off.
It would have been on the 3rd, which was this coming Monday, but it's now on the 2nd of October. So.
Beep, 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 back up and delete that. Nothing going on. We'll see you Monday. We'll see you Sunday in PM Artist Studio.
Yep. I've got to go back and watch a few of PM Artist Studios ones, especially the Thursday Thoughts, which I usually enjoy, and I don't know why I didn't go and see that one. I was just tired.
Well, you've been rearranging the house to prepare for the work.
Yeah, well, that as well. I've been doing loads of clearing up for that. Loads of it.
Yes, go feed Tommy before he shrivels up and blows away. Hi, Tommy.
Are you coming back?
Yes, I am. There we are.
Come on, come back, come back.
I'm
right,
back.
We will say goodbye now, everybody. Black gesso and white gesso. Yes, that's what I've got to do on the printed bits. Yep. I wasn't sure if it was gesso or paint. Okay. So we are going now. Bye-bye, Evie. Bye-bye, Paula, Julie, everybody who's still here. Bye-bye. We are on our way. Yeah, I've pressed the button. Bye.